Okay, now we've got a polygon. It looks like a house. If you look at it, it's actually a pentagon. It's an irregular pentagon. And I'm given the numbers of two angles, but I also know the angles, the size of these two angles, because they got the little squares. So these are both right angles. These are both 90 degrees. So to find out x, what I need to do is say, what's the sum of all these angles of a pentagon, and then take away the four angles from x. So pentagon. So the sum of angles in a pentagon, well, that equals, it's n minus 2, so it's 5 minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees, which is 3 multiplied by 180 degrees, which is 540 degrees. You don't have to write that sentence at the top. You should write the calculation and come down to 540. Now, x is simply going to be 540, the sum of my angles, take away all the other angles added together. So 160 plus 115 plus 90 plus 90. You would get a mark for writing that line there. And then when you work the maths through on that, you're going to get the answer of 85 degrees. So you would get a mark for showing your workings, a mark for showing the answer of 540, a mark for showing you're taking away the sum of the other angles, and then another mark here. So it's probably a 4-mark question. Okay, here we have another pentagon. This time it's a regular pentagon. That's the important word there. That means that all of the angles inside are all the same. So we know the sum of our angles. Okay, the sum is going to be number of sides, take away 2, multiplied by 180. That's 3 times 180. That's 540 degrees. All the angles are going to be x. They're all going to be the same because it's a regular shape. So x is just equal to 540 divided by 5. And that will equal 108 degrees. No sentence needed, no explanation needed, just a little bit of calculation that we have down here. So write these down, and write this down, full marks. Okay, next we have another regular shape. It's a regular hexagon, but we want the exterior angle. Now we could work out all these angles inside. They're going to be the same. So we'd know this angle here, take it away from 180, and then we have this. But clearly the quicker way of doing it is, well, we know the sum of all the exterior angles is 360. And because it's a hexagon, there's going to be 6 exterior angles. So I can simply write that y is equal to 360 divided by 6, and that equals 60 degrees. That's it. That's all we need to write. Next one, it says the sum of interior angles of a polygon is 7,380, and we want to know the number of sides. Well, we know the sum of the angles is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. And the sum in this case is 7,380. So if I write that, I'm going to get a mark because that's the equation I'm going to be solving. Let's simplify that. So n minus 2 is going to be 7,380 divided by 180. So n minus 2, just do that on the calculator. So we've got 7,380 divided by 180. That gives me the answer 41. Add the 2 to both sides, so n equals 43. Now I can double check that. I could just put that back into my equation. I do 43 minus 2 is 41. 41 times 180 will give me 7,380. So that means I have a 43-sided polygon. Next one is a sort of problem we're going to get in a maths exam, maybe in the GCSE. They're putting 3 different shapes together here, and they want to know how many sides our regular polygon has. So with a question like this, you've seen a couple of these already in class. Put on all the angles that you know that are relevant. So we know, for example, because it's a square, that this angle here is 90 degrees. We have a regular hexagon, so this angle here I need to calculate. So let's do that angle first on here. So how many sides? 6 sides. So it's going to be 6 minus 2 multiplied by 180 divided by the number of sides 6 will give me the angle inside the regular hexagon. This works out to be 120 degrees. So my angle here is 120 degrees. If that's the case, then I've got 120, I've got 90 here. So my missing angle here then is going to be 360, take away 120 plus 90, which means my missing angle is going to be 150 degrees. And again, we can try and use the formula for the angles inside, but actually I'm going to be a little bit clever on this. And what I'm going to say is, well, if this angle here is 150 degrees, and I form an exterior angle, my exterior angle is 30 degrees. And I know that if I do 360 divided by my exterior angle, I will get my number of sides. And 360 divided by 30, that's going to be 12. So I must have a 12-sided polygon. So you can use the formula for the angles inside if you wish, but I think using the exterior angle is just so much quicker and so much simpler. But it's up to you which method you decide to use. The final question here, we have each exterior angle of a regular polygon is 20 degrees. Work out the number of sides. Well, we've kind of just seen that. So our number of sides is simply 360 divided by the angle, the exterior angle. And 360 divided by 20 is going to be 18. So the polygon has 18 sides. Nice and simple. So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully you've fully understood those. If not, go back and review them again, especially the one with the 3 polygons. And if you have any questions, please drop me a line on Google Classroom. Otherwise, good luck in the exam.